Boston, Reuters. The death on Wednesday of Roman Catholic Cardinal Bernard Law, who covered up the Church's child sex abuse scandal for decades, prompted U.S. activists to reflect on how far their efforts have come to make sure abusers can be prosecuted and how many hurdles remain. Thousands of people worldwide came forward to say they were child victims of priest abuse after the scandal broke in 2002. But many in the United States found that state laws protected their attackers from criminal prosecution or even civil lawsuits for crimes that were years or decades old. That sparked a drive by advocates to reform statutes of limitations, reflecting research showing that many people sexually abused as children do not report the fact until well into adulthood. That effort has gained support from the Me Too movement this year as millions of women have shared their stories of being sexually harassed or assaulted. Powerful institutions have protected abusers and kept them in place just as Cardinal Law did. New York State Senator Brad Hoylman, author of a bill that would eliminate the statute of limitations on reporting new child sex abuse and allow a one-year period to file civil suits over older allegations. It's taken us a long time to move on these issues, but I think we're at a point of culmination where change could occur next year. U.S. statutes of limitations for criminal and civil cases vary widely by state, making for a patchwork system determining victims' rights to seek redress in the courts. This year 8 states passed laws giving child sex abuse victims more time to legally confront their abusers, according to Child USA. Bills were introduced but not passed in 4, New York, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Washington state. What the Me Too movement shows is the public is now willing to assign blame. They are naming names, and part of that is naming the legislators who are not willing to pass these laws, said Marcy Hamilton, a University of Pennsylvania professor of law and religion and chief executive of Child USA, an advocacy group which backs the measures. As many as 100,000 U.S. children may have been victims of clerical sex abuse, insurance experts said in a paper presented at a Vatican conference in 2012. More than 6,700 members of the Catholic clergy were accused of sexual assault, according to bishopaccountability.org, a private group that tracks the allegations. The scandal, which erupted in Boston but rippled around the globe as abuse was found in many countries, cost the Church billions of dollars in settlements and undercut its moral authority. Debate on retroactivity. 2 states where statute of limitation reform bills have long stalled are New York and Pennsylvania, where advocates of the measures contend church officials have used their political clout to stall the measures. Both states' legislatures are now entertaining competing bills. One version in each would extend the statute of limitations for reporting new sex crimes, while the other would go further by allowing people to file civil lawsuits over long-ago abuse, so-called retroactive change. The Supreme Court has ruled that states cannot amend laws to allow the prosecution of old crimes on which the statute of limitations has already expired.